green button and visit the island of Ireland. See Ireland.com.
Get down to the Ford year-end sell-a-thon. Right now, get 0% for 60 months plus $2,500 bonus cash on the rugged 2021 Ranger and the Ford F-150. Monday is your last chance for holiday deals like these, so hurry.
Joining us live, singer Sean Paul, plus comedian Brian Simpson talks about his new Netflix special. And
it's almost the new year. We help with the ride.
Tomorrow.
Right now at 5, Ghislaine Maxwell guilty. A jury convicts Jeffrey Epstein's former companion on 5 of 6 counts in her high-profile sex trafficking trial. What's next for the shamed socialite? A chilly December deluge, the last strong storm of the year, slamming SoCal, leaving many soaked and shivering. Evacuation orders at this hour as the rain rolls through. How long this wintry weather will stick around?
I'm seeing excessive worry. I'm seeing people losing sleep.
Winter surge worries as the Omicron onslaught grows. Tonight, we're learning more about the vexing variant and why those rapid tests might not be reliable. Should you axe your plans to ring in the new year? The news at 5 starts right now. This is the KTLA 5 News at 5. I'm Pedro Rivera. Cher has the night off. Thank you for joining us. We begin with breaking news out of New York, where a federal jury has found Ghislaine Maxwell guilty of sex trafficking. The 60-year-old British socialite was convicted of helping to recruit and groom teenage girls to be sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein at his homes in Florida, New York, and New Mexico. KTLA's Kimberly Chang joins us live in the newsroom with more on the verdict and what happens next. Kimberly.
Hi, as the verdict was read, Maxwell appeared stoic behind a mask, and as a jury left, she was seen glancing at her siblings who attended each day of the trial. Maxwell was convicted of most of the charges against her, including sex trafficking.
This is a victory for all of the victims.
British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell is guilty on 5 of 6 counts of sex trafficking a minor for Jeffrey Epstein, her former financier boyfriend. Manhattan federal court jurors convicted Maxwell of luring teenage girls to be sexually abused by the American millionaire.
The road to justice has been far too long, but today, justice has been done. I want to commend the bravery of the girls, now grown women, who stepped out of the shadows and into the courtroom.
The verdict follows a month-long trial with accounts of sexual exploitation of girls as young as 14. 4 women described being abused as teens in the 90s and early 2000s at Epstein's homes in Florida, New York, and New Mexico. Maxwell, who recently turned 60, will likely spend years in prison, an outcome sought by women who spent years fighting in civil courts to hold Maxwell accountable for her role in recruiting and grooming teenage victims and sometimes joining in on sexual abuse.
When people are not held accountable, the victims feel like they have no voice. So to be able to go through this process and watch our justice system play out and for this abuser to be convicted really makes my clients feel hope.
Epstein killed himself while awaiting trial in 2019. The defense insisted that Maxwell was used as a scapegoat.
This fear that was ingrained in them, not only by Jeffrey Epstein, but also Miss Maxwell, was that they could be destroyed. So it takes an incredible amount of bravery for the young women to come forward and tell their truths and tell their story.
So, Kimberly, now that she's been convicted, what's next?
Well, she's looking at up to 65 years in prison when a judge sentences her sometime next month. The date hasn't been set yet. Her attorney says they have already started working on the appeals process. We'll have more on what the defense attorney had to say coming up at 6.
All right, we'll check in with you soon. Thank you, Kimberly. Here we go again. Another wet winter storm is rolling across SoCal tonight, dumping much needed rain across our region. But with the December deluge comes a hazard on our recently scorched hillsides. Heavy showers, they are expected throughout the night and into tomorrow, prompting a 3rd evacuation just this month for those living near Silverado Canyon. Just take a look at those rain showers soaking our SoCal streets today. Sandbags and K-rails, they're in place in many areas that were once scorched. And in this case, those downpours, they could trigger dangerous debris flow. It's also very cold storm outside. The frigid system dumping feet of snow up in our local